Laura Ingle is live in Moose, Wyoming, where we just got the awful news from the FBI, the Charles Jones, the FBI agent who spoke. The awful news that they believe that they have found the body of young Gabby Petito. Laura, what can you tell us?
Hi, John. Well, that news conference, though it was brief, contained that devastating information. It was very quiet in the room, held in the auditorium here at the Grand Teton National Park Visitor Center. And so this is an area, of course, that is absolutely gorgeous. This is where Gabby Petito and her boyfriend, fiance, Brian Laundrie, came to take part in their cross-country trip. And just a short while ago, Charles Jones, as you mentioned, when we got here, we were told by the coroner that they could not give us any type of identification. They couldn't even tell us the sex of the human remains that were found. He came out and he started off his announcement by sending condolences to the family of Gabby Petito, and then he said this.
Earlier today, human remains were discovered, consistent with the description of Gabby Petito. Full forensic identification has not been completed to confirm 100% that we found Gabby, but her family has been notified of this discovery. The cause of death has not been determined at this time. We appreciate your continued support and patience as we work through this process.
And overnight, John, we all woke up to the news that there was a critical tip here in Wyoming that there was a fellow travel blogger who had found a piece of video. You know, all along as the search for Gabby was going on, there was the plea to come forward with anybody who had been in this area between August 27th and the 30th, asking if anybody had video or pictures of their time here, saying, look carefully. And as it turned out, there was somebody that had taken video along this path that is this area that people just kind of pull over and camp. It's not really an official campsite. It's called the Spread Creek Dispersed Camping, and that means that people can just kind of pop out of their cars and put up a tent. There's not a lot of registration that goes on, but this couple went through this area and they noted that very distinctive looking white van and said, wow, it looks like we have something. They submitted it both to the authorities and to the family and said, we may have something here. We want to let you know. And so that is what appears to have caused the search and rescue efforts to go directly to that campsite. When I spoke to Gabby's stepfather earlier today, he told me, look, we're hopeful that this will at least pinpoint this area. I mean, this is, of course, an area of over 300,000 acres of this park. And when authorities first got here, you think to yourself, where on earth are you even going to start? But with this very specific tip, it looks like that probably did help them zero